Hi, I'm Teddy Burris, and I run a YouTube channel called Techno for Seniors. In this video, I'm going to start from the very beginning. We're going to take a Samsung 43-inch smart TV. We're going to unbox it. We're going to set it up. Going to plug it in. Then we're going to go through the steps, and I'll record all of the steps of how you set up all the apps on the TV, how you connect to the internet, how you make sure the apps are installed, and then you're logging into the apps that you want to use, such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Hulu, Max, etc., etc. I'll walk you through all of the steps of how to do that in this video. Step number one, let's unbox this thing. All right, I got myself a really short little knife, and I don't want to jam it in the box, but this is a strip of tape on the top, and I'm going to run my knife across the top, not down, but horizontal with the box, across the top. And that should be all I need this knife for. I'll put it away. Now I'm going to open up the box, fold the top open, fold the back, and then fold it all the way down out of my way, fold the left, fold the right, and now I can see what's in the box. Well, first of all, there's the stand legs. I'm going to set those aside. I'll need those in a few minutes. I don't need those right now. And over here, what's over here? We have, looks like a power cord and a really simple little remote. Oh yeah. And the installation guide and unpacking guide. So let's get that out, just to have it with us. Rip this open, and look at that. Really pretty small, but I have that. And then I have also the limited warranty, which might be worth reading. Set that aside. Now, it tells me on the package that this is the front. So if I pull this up, probably can pull this off the top of the TV, and I can set that aside. I don't need that. And there's the TV right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. It's not that heavy. It might take two people to help me get it out. And there's a TV in my hand as the box falls, but the TV did not fall. Now, I'm going to leave this cover on it so it's protected. And my table here has a cloth on it. I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to lay it down, face down, very gently on this cloth table with this cover on it so I can get to the back. Now, the next thing I'm going to want to do is get those legs, because that's what goes on next. Let me get the legs. And let me have the instructions in my hand. And I have the instructions. I'm going to open them up. And it tells me to take the TV out and lay it face down, which is what I thought, on a cloth, which I did. And the next thing to do is put the legs on. So I'm going to open up the legs. Where are they? There it is there. Interestingly enough, for a 43-inch TV, it's pretty light, pretty thin too. Tells me the technology has come a long way. Here's leg number one, and here's leg number two. And check that out. There's no bolts. So let's read. I'm going to move this out of the way. Don't throw trash. Lay it out of the way, Teddy. And the next step is to put the legs on and slide them down. I can see the little leg part where they go. They go in here. Let me try this out to make sure I know what I'm doing. And then slide it up. Oh, that is really pretty easy. Let me take my cell phone and do a video of that. Where do I put my cell phone? Show you that the legs there, I looked all over the legs, there is no left or right leg. If they are not interchangeable, they'll be marked left and right. But they just drop in here like this, and then they slide up. And I'll tap it gently, and it's in place. Now I'll take this leg. Now it drops right down. You see there's a little height there, and there's one there. This makes it lower, so I can tap that up. Now, if I wanted to, based on what I'm seeing, I could probably put this down here and tap it up, and it makes it a little bit higher. You can see how much distance between the bottom of the TV and the top of the leg. Over here, it's a little tighter, but if I pull this out and drop it down into that slot instead of this slot, tap it up, and now it's higher. So now I have my legs on, and I can go to the next step. Now that I have the legs on, then I can set the TV up, and it's ready for me to go to the next step. Let me clean this mess up, and I'll set the TV up. Give me 1 second. All right, a couple things. Number one, if you look at the screen because of my lighting, you'll see it looks smudged. That's okay. What is on here, if you look to the bottom right, there's a little tab. There's a protective cover over the screen. Don't take that off until you get your TV set in place or mounted on the wall, whatever you're going to do it. Leave that protective cover there during all of this setup work. And another thing to notice, this is really pretty interesting. This tells me that the energy guide says that I'll use estimated yearly cost to use this TV is $27. One reason you might want to upgrade to a new TV is to reduce the electrical consumption. That is pretty inexpensive to run a TV. That's based on industry averages of how much people watch. I don't need that. I'll move that out of the way, but I'll hang on to that because I might want to tell my wife about this. Now, here's the next thing I'm going to do. All right, let's look at the instructions. And the instructions say the next thing to do is to plug it in. Here's the bag with the power cord. I'm gonna lay that right there. Here is the batteries. I'm not sure what that is. We'll find out in a minute. There's that, and there's the batteries for the remote. Let's get the remote out of there. Here it comes. It's in a little pocket. So I got the remote out. Now, while I have the remote in my hand, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna get it out. That is quite a simple remote. Way simpler than the big old remotes of past. I'm gonna put the batteries in it. Let's say slide the base down. Take the batteries out of the plastic wrap. For me, works just fine for me to use my big old fingernail. Remember, the flat part goes against the spring. So it may or may not be able to see that spring there? That's where the flat part of the battery goes. It's opposite down here. Let me put the second battery in. Lay my debris aside. I'm gonna put the second battery in with the flat part against the spring. And then I can put my cover back on, slide it back in place, click it in place, and my remote is ready to use. Now, you can't see this, so let me turn this TV sideways so you can see it. Give me a second. Okay, now I have this turned so you can see it. I want to share with you the ports that are on this TV. First, we have the coax cable, which is for over-the-air antenna or cable TV. Then we have an Ethernet port. This is for your internet connection if you don't have Wi-Fi. I have really good Wi-Fi in my house, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use Wi-Fi connection. Then we have 1, 2, 3 HDMI ports. So I can have 3 different inputs from HDMI. I could have a Roku, I could have a gaming station, and other HDMI devices that I plug into here. Then we also have up top a USB port. This is for if you have a memory stick with some content on it, some videos or images, you can do that there. If you're one of those that likes to put lights around your TV, which I do, you can also plug those lights in here so when the TV comes on, the lights come on. Then it's kind of hidden, which is a little bit unique, but the power cord, once I get this unwrapped, the power cord it's up in here. You can't even see it, but I can just barely see the little thing for power. It's right there, so I can push that up in there, and then I'm ready to plug this thing into the wall. Okay, so I plugged in the TV, and it is starting to come on. So,
two simple options. How would you like to get started? Choose one.
This is pretty interesting. So there's two options of how I could set this TV up. I could use the smartphone option, or I could use the remote control step by step. I'm going to use the remote control step by step. And I think the way I do that is I use on the remote, there's a circle. This circle is up, down, left, and right. So that's how you navigate on this remote. Up, down, left, and right on this circle right here. So if I hit the left side of the circle, notice what it's doing. The right side, notice what it's doing. Now if I want to select that, then the center of the circle is the select. So I just selected set up by the remote. First of all, it's telling me it knows there's nothing connected to any of the ports, and there won't be anything connected to the ports. So I'm just going to hit the center button and do next. Are you sure are you sure you do not want to connect any devices? Your screen will automatically be set up and set up any devices you connect. No, I'm not going to have any devices. Go next. Okay. Now it's searching for a Wi-Fi signal. Now I'm going to need my cell phone for this. And it found all of my Wi-Fi. And I'm going to use my 5G. Boom, boom. Hit. I could tell it to scan again by arrowing up to scan again, but I can just arrow down, get on 5G, and hit the center button. Now it's going to want to know the password. Let's see if I can give it the password from my cell phone. Sometimes I can. And it's not going to let me, so I'm going to need to manually enter it in. Now this is the tricky part of using remotes. Again, you use the circle up, down, left, and right, and you find the letters you want to find. And my password is, I got to do uppercase, so I got to go over here and do uppercase, and then go over here and get my password. Don't look at my password. C. Oops, not Z, so I just made a mistake. Give me a second. Go back over here. Backspace. This is one of the tedious parts of using a remote. Let's see, A, F, E. Now I need a character. There it is over there. I need the underscore. And then I need to get uppercase again. I gotta go to alphabet, and then I can go to uppercase, and now I can type the other word, P. Actually, let me go up here, look here, show it, so I can see what I'm typing. A, T, I, O. And that's all I need. How do down here is go. So I just typed in my password. I'm going to hit go. All right, connect to the internet. Connect to the entertainment you love. Checking wireless network connection. Whoa, the check mark says we're good. All right, terms and conditions. Downloading. This may take a while. So I think it's basically going to do updates. Let's say Smart Hub terms and conditions and a privacy notice. You need to agree to the Smart Hub conditions, terms and conditions, and the privacy policy. So there's an option to view it. And so you may decide you want to view that. Just give you a suggestion here. If you really want to view these and you want to have them, yeah, you can view them on the TV here, and you can scroll down through it and read it all. Another thing you could do as well is, I'm going to hit close. Another thing you could do as well is go to Samsung's website and get these terms and conditions for the Smart Hub terms and conditions and privacy notices, and you can read that there. I've read them. There are some things on there that I wish it didn't have. The TV does pay attention to what you do, but it anonymizes your data when it shares it for marketing purposes. Unfortunately, that's the times we live in today. I have to agree to all, and I have to hit OK. Now, next thing to do is it wants to start setup, because I remember I don't have anything plugged in, so it's got to go get all the services or subscriptions that I want to use. So let's go start setup. Now this is pretty cool. When I got 30 minutes to do this, I can use the remote control to sign into my Samsung account, or I could use the website to do that. Now if I down arrow the website and click on that, it's going to tell me where to sign in and what code. Now I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to record this on my computer, and I'll share that with you. So give me a second. All right, I'm on my computer. The URL is signin.samsung.com. signin.samsung.com/key. I don't need the HTTPS. It'll figure that out. Now it wants me to type in the code. The code is OJBU SQBJ. And I'm going to hit next. Now, one account, any device, just for you. Now, interestingly, I've already created an account on here, so it found that account in my LastPass right there, teddyburris@gmail.com. So I'm going to log into that account, hit next. It wants my password, and I have that in LastPass. I'm going to hit sign in. Now it wants me to add a credit card. I'm going to say not now. All done. Now let's go back to the TV and see what it did over there. Okay, so I've signed into my Samsung account. I'm going to stay signed in. I'm going to use the remote control, and I'm going to hit next. Now, register your device to get the most out of the customer service, receive notifications. It wants me register my product by using this device's serial number. You know what? What the heck? Click register. Which means I'm probably going to get some emails and maybe even text messages from Samsung, but I can unsubscribe to those later. Save your settings and easily restore them when you reset or buy a new model. That's an interesting idea. I could do that in case I want to reset my TV. So I want to say yes. Service provider, channel information, yes. Home screen, application list, why not? Oh, and it says I agree to storage of backup data. You can also change your settings. You know what? I'm going to let it back it up. And if worst case scenario, if they come to me and want me to pay, I'll cancel that. And I'll hit next. Now, it's going to go install updated software. I'm going to hit now. And we'll wait for a minute. Okay, so it downloaded the software, it rebooted, and installed the software, and updated it to the newest TV operating system. Now, what's next? Let's see. Keep everything that matters. I thought I've already done this. Save your settings. So let's just go through this again. And so I'm just going to skip it for me. Checking for saved settings. It didn't find anything in my account. Now, discover a faster way to link your apps. So select your favorite services below, then simply sign up or sign in using your mobile device or PC. By selecting Amazon Prime, we will send your device ID, device type, country to Amazon Prime. So that's what it's sharing. They'll let Amazon Prime know what device ID, device type, and country I'm in that's using that app. So I want Amazon Prime. So here's where I have to go back to the website, and I have to log into Prime to be able to set it up on the TV. So let me switch. I'm going to go over, I'm going to record the screen while I do this on my computer. Okay, I'm going to open up another web tab, and I'm going to go to primevideo.com, my TV. primevideo.com/my TV. Now, it wants me to log into Prime, so let me do that and get my Prime account. Where is it? Prime. And continue. I need my password for that account. Sign in. Now, hopefully you have your passwords. If you don't, you're going to need to, if you don't have an account, you would end up creating new accounts to be able to put these things on. Now, it wants the code off the TV, D6ZYQM. D6ZYQM. Register device. Success, your device is on. Let's see what happens. Let's go back to the TV. Okay, the instructions said to close this after sign-in is complete. Now, let's do another one. So, Prime Video, see it says signed in. Now, I don't want Hulu. I don't want Sling. I don't want Peacock. That's all I've got here. Now, there are other ones to get. Let's go see what I got. Let's come down here and do next. Choose the apps you'd like to add. Well, I don't want any of those, but I do want Netflix. So let's see, come down or up. How do I get to Netflix? Oh, it's already on the screen. So it wants me to add these, but I don't want to add those. This is my home screen, so I'm just going to go to Save. Find your service provider. I don't have a service provider. It is almost forcing me to do that. So let's just do my zip code, 27006. Okay, you can use your smart remote to control your screen and connected devices. So go to next. Set up your service provider. I don't have a service provider. I don't want to do that. I want to do skip. I do not have a service provider. Boom. I think we're done. Nope, not quite. A whole lot going on, and all I want is my TV. Now I'm at Samsung for my TV. So now what I can do, I want to come down here. It's adjusting my brightness based on the ambient room brightness. I want to come down here and I want to set up Netflix. So I want to come to arrow down, and then I want to go over. And you got to make sure this thing here points into that vicinity right there. I don't need to point exactly at it, but somewhat. Highlight Netflix. Now it's taking me to Netflix. The first time in always takes a little bit more time. So it wants me to get started at $8 a month or sign in. So I hit my left arrow, select sign in. I hit the button in the middle. Now I got two ways I can do this. I could go to netflix.com/TV2 and put that code in. And that's what I'm going to do. Now I can do that on my phone or my tablet, but I know that it's easier for me to do it on the computer. So give me a second. I'm going to go to the computer and do this. All right, I'm going to do Netflix now. So I'm going to do netflix.com/TV2. I need to type in the code 3860-9998. Hit continue. Now it wants me to log into my Netflix account. I'm pretty sure I only have one Netflix login. There it is there. Start watching. TV is ready to watch. Let me go back to the TV and see what happened. Voila! So I went to the Netflix app on here. I said sign in. I signed in on my computer, and now I'm in Netflix, exactly what I want to be. Now, if I want to come out of Netflix, what I need to do is hit the home button. If I hit the home button, it takes me out of Netflix back to my home screen. I want to show you the easiest way to find an app, or an app is a subscription service that you want to add to your home screen. So this right here, this line right here, because that is That's where all the important stuff is that you want access to, is right there. So how do I get, and let's use Paramount Plus as an option. How do I get Paramount Plus in there? Well, the way you do that, you go up top here where it says For You, and you right arrow over to Apps. And when you're in Apps, you scroll down and you look for Paramount Plus in this list. Now, maybe it's here. Let's go look. Nope, it's not. Let's scroll down, keep going. All right, downloaded apps. These are apps that I've either downloaded or the system has downloaded for me. There's Paramount Plus. When my cursor on that, look, I go over to this one to go back over. With my cursor on Paramount Plus, I click the button and hold on to it. And it comes up with Add to Home. So I down arrow, click on Add to Home. Now when it does that, it's going to put it up here. It's going to put me in edit mode so I can put this where I want it on my list. I'm going to right arrow over. I'm going to put it right beside Prime. And then I'm going to hit the little back arrow, which means, oh, it didn't do. Let's go back here to Edit. Edit List. Oh, select Paramount. Move it over here. Click one time, and it drops Paramount right there in my list. So again, if you're looking for like Major League Baseballs, go find MLB. Go up here to For You, go over to Apps, click on Apps. I don't think I did it. Click on Apps. I guess I am. Now go find MLB. I'm going to go find MLB. Is MLB, am I downloaded? Let's see if it's downloaded. I don't see it. Let's keep going. I know it's here. Major League Base, MLB. Popular. App settings. I don't see MLB. I know it exists. Oh my golly, I missed it. Right there it is. Popular this week. MLB. Click on, highlight it. Hit the center button. I need to install it. Click to install. Once it's installed, check this out, a step I missed earlier. I could come over here and add to home. I could have done it there or there, add to home. And now I put it over here. It wants me to put it where I want to put it. I'm going to put it right beside, right there, click. Now I went and found Paramount Plus. I went and found MLB and I installed it on my screen. Now I've already done the steps on Paramount Plus, and I'll show you those steps to be able to log into that. MLB would be pretty much the same thing. So now that I have Paramount Plus, the app, on my TV, I need to sign into my account in order to use it. Now, you can, if you don't have an account, you can use Try It Free. But when you go to Try It Free, what Paramount Plus is going to want you to do is subscribe to it. And so they'll take you through that process of subscribing to it. But I have an account, so I'm going to sign in. And by the way, it's often easier to create an account on your desktop through a web browser. And once you create it on the web browser, then come over here and sign in. So I'm going to click Sign In. Now I have the option of signing in through the TV with the little remote, but it's way easier again to go to the web. So I go click on that. And now I can either scan this with my cell phone and do it from my cell phone, or it's way easier for me to go to ParamountPlus.com/Samsung TV and put that code in. Now I'll show you how to do that on my computer. All right, I'm going to open another tab. ParamountPlus.com/Samsung TV. Enter the code R6YU6, R6YU6, activate. It's going to want me to log in. There's my login information and my password. Got my password. I'm going to hit continue. You are in. Now let's go back to the TV. Now I did that step and look here. I am in Paramount Plus live. Now again, as with most other apps, if I get in here, now I want to go use it the way I want to use it. This is the profile that I use. And you can see it's got all of my wild movies that I like. The FBI is the newest thing, but I've watched a whole bunch of great shows here. I watched Watson. I watched, I think it's 1923. I love my Paramount Plus. And if I want to get out, I just hit the home button. And I'm back to the home page. So there you go. I walked you through the process of unboxing a Samsung TV, putting it together, but basically just put the legs on it, plugging it in, turning it on, letting it download its update, letting it connect to my internet, and then I went and looked for the apps, which are basically the streaming services that I wanted, because I'm not using a DirecTV or Spectrum, and I'm not using an over-the-air antenna. So I made sure all the apps were on there, put them on the home page for me, and then I walked you through how to subscribe. In this case, I did Paramount, Prime, and I think I did Netflix. They're all a little bit, every app will be a little bit different, but they'll all pretty much follow this basic context. And again, this is a Samsung TV. If you're using a GE TV or some other television, it may be slightly different, but it's going to be very similar because they all will operate the same in order for them to be competitive in today's market. So again, another really big suggestion I have for you, let me grab it 1 second. I really recommend you get used to your remote. By the way, don't let the couch eat your remote. Don't lose it. But get used to it. Figure out what the buttons are and how they work. And this one, actually, I didn't even show you how to do it. I could do voice. I could tell it to go to Paramount or tell it to go to Prime, but I didn't show you that. But I really recommend you get comfortable with it. And the best way to get comfortable is to use it over and over again. And also, get comfortable moving around the screen on your home screen so that you understand, what's there and what options do you have, et cetera, et cetera. Because the more you experiment and the more you practice, the more enjoyable your streaming video experiences will be. Hey, I'm Teddy. I run Techno for Seniors, and I hope this was useful for you and or your family members. Have a good day.